From the opening tip, Durant is engaged defensively. He switches on this cross screen, leaving Dante Cunningham and picking up Davis. His length, which is equal to or longer than AD, will force a bad shot. Players still think they can get clean shots over him, and this was just a bad decision by New Orleans. Then we see the transition defense, unsurprisingly after Golden State turns it over. Durant hasn't gained the reputation of LeBron's chase down craziness, but he's getting there. Boogie doesn't even acknowledge him, and Durant patiently stutter steps into the rejection. Here, because Durant is still thin and not exactly a powerhouse in the middle, he gets knocked out of the way for a rebound. The problem for New Orleans is he's still 7 foot, and he torments Tony Allen like a child. And because the player's perception is that Durant is thin and easy to score on, they try to get him down here in the post with AD, but guess what? It's just a 3-second call. Here we have Paint patrolling KD, protecting the rim while Zaza is strung out on a Davis-Holiday pick and roll. Draymond is matched up with a shooter, so he can't leave. Holiday turns the corner, picks up his dribble before he gets into the paint, and thinks he has a layup. Durant ends humanity. This is what makes the Warriors so great. They have multiple switchy guys that can take on different defensive assignments. KD starts on Drew, gets switched back onto Davis, and forces another tough shot. This is just excellent help defense by KD as he recognizes Holiday has a step on Clay. Durant rotates and takes a risk by leaving the body of Cunningham. He banks on breaking up the pass with his length, and he does just that. And this might be Durant's best defensive play of the game. Look at how much ground he has to cover as the paint controller. He's extremely aware, realizing Zaza has to leave Davis. With Davis rolling to the lane, KD rotates to prevent a layup. Then, with all backs turned to Cunningham, he makes another rotation to contest the shot at the rim. Ron Adams is crying in joy. There's nothing like fired up KD on defense. As they enter the second half, the Warriors are on a run. Durant realizes Boogie wants to post up Zaza, but demands a switch immediately and becomes Cousins' worst nightmare. And this really stood out to me as well, with Durant rotating so many times and always being aware. There's not that many players in the league that can cover this much ground in a few seconds. Say hello to chase down block number 2, as this one actually felt like Tayshaun Prince and Reggie Miller, and in the process, Durant breaks Ron Adams' face with the ball. Again with the switchability as Durant and David West execute this perfectly. Durant switches on the Boogie and then ties him up cleanly. Finally, to end the game, Durant just absolutely harasses Jordan Crawford, which is one of Crawford's lasting memories before being cut the very next day.